Hello and welcome to the second part of our Lithuania special. This week we're getting a little bit further off the tourist path and getting to see the real Vilnius, with its churches, charity shops and a sobering reminder of its past as a Soviet Socialist Republic.
It's another day on holiday and we are running again. I'd like to point out it was her idea. Nice day though, it's only -2, so yeah, positively tropical. It is a bit better than the walk home last night, which looked a little bit like this. Well, it looked a lot like this because this was it. And we are going over the Neris and down onto the other side. There's Bex looking like she's enjoying it. After we've done this, you remember that building we saw from the top of the hill that had the onion domes on it? We're going to go and see if we can find that a bit later on, after we've been back, had a shower and put lots and lots of layers on. All the bridges have got something, or a lot of the bridges rather, have got something dangling from them for some artistic reason. There's a big yeah, you can see where it is, a big dangly ball onion thing. Oh, something exciting is happening somewhere. Oh, there's a nice wee fixer-upper, there's a project. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. It's not looking quite as touristy out here, is it? Nope. For a flat riverside run, there's an awful lot of uphill because the river is away down there now. And that may not look like much, but we are running, so it is. And this is where we were heading for. It is a beach. This is Vilnius, or one of Vilnius's beaches. It's 5 kilometres from the hotel. Yeah, it's not exactly beach weather though, I don't think. Okay, so it's a beach. We're having a wee lie down on the beach. We're not lying down for very long because it's very cold. Lying on a sheet of ice, it's a bit chilly. Right, now we're going to go and look at the other side of the river from where we are. I think this is going to be very much the non-touristy bit, so it might be quite interesting. Or it might just be not very interesting. We'll find out. We're making friends with the locals. Oh, come here. Sorry guys, we've got nothing for you. So that's all the cool duck kids, and the pigeons are muscling in on the bread action. We don't have any for you either, guys. We seem to be gathering quite a crowd. The duck jungle telegraph must be working, telling them all, look, there's people, come to the beach, there's people, and they might have, oh no they haven't. Boring. Not quite sure what that sign means. No anchoring upside down, no capsizing. Did you know in Scotland Baltic means extremely cold? I now know why. We usually say when we're running any excuse for a stop, but here it's really cold, so we really want to keep going. The touristy bits are all very well, but you do learn a lot about a country when you're a runner and you're just out running where the people are. This is authentic Vilnus. Very, very interesting. Nobody ever crosses the road on the red man. That's a bit different to being back at home. These places are always fascinating, but as we're out for a run, we're not going to stop again. We're just going to head straight back to the We interrupt our run because Beck said that's not a charity shop, is it? Yep, Humana, people to people. So let's go for a wee look. And I think everything's €3 here as well. So much really cool sportswear. They've got some really good running gear, Bex. Look at that. We're supposed to be out for a run. I hate charity shops. Well, that was entirely Bex's fault. She said, is that a charity shop? And it was. And guess what? Everything was €3. So we still don't have any luggage capacity for getting home, but I've got a rucksack full of Nike clothes and Adidas clothes and stuff. This place is amazing. Should have came across with an empty carrier bag. I'm now running along with a child's rucksack on my back full of clothes. We are not stopping at any more charity shops. I don't care what they are, we're not stopping. You, Rebecca, are a bad influence. Another nice wee church to add to the list. This place is not short of nice wee churches. Oh, look at the doggy. It's surveying its kingdom up on that balcony. Oh, it's quite surprising. We've not seen many dogs here at all, actually. Thought to be a more doggy country. Woohoo! We're back at the river. Bex, can I have a round of applause for the navigator? Usually get lost if we haven't today. Around the city we've seen a few of these sort of glass display things. I have no idea what they're actually, well I'll tell you there if you want to go reading it, but yeah, no, they've got these little sort of civic interest things. It's quite cool, I like it. And after being athletic, where else are you going to end up but McDonald's? We're here for the cultural experience, and we're going to interact with the machines. Last week's video you had the joy of me modelling my charity shop finds, and this is Bex dressing for getting the flight back. Basically she's wearing all the stuff we just found in the charity shop. The charity shops here are so cheap. Everything was €3 and she's now wearing several layers. We've still got to figure out how we're going to get all this home. I think we found ourselves in the posh bit again. Remember that church that we saw from the top of the hill, the one with the onion domes? Well, that's where we're heading for now, hopefully, if we can find it. We are well and truly in the hands of Google Maps on this one. It says it's somewhere along this road, but yeah, we're just going to follow it and see where we end up. It's a nice day for a walk, and we've just climbed up a great big hill, which is a lot longer than we thought it was going to be, and it looks like we're in the right place, because can you see what I can see? Well, obviously, it's over there. And opposite the nice onion dome thing, there's that, which is quite an unusual building. Interesting, for sure. Not sure what it is. No sign of what it is, but yeah, it's a building. Oh, behind the building there's a little thing. Another. I keep saying the word thing because I don't know what it actually is. It's a wee building, obviously. That is really, really quite impressive. The sun's behind it just now, so we're going to go around the other side and see if we can get a better view with some sunlight and stuff. Bex was just standing admiring a statue that's over there. So yeah, there's a statue of oh, it's a family. Oh, what nice! Oh yeah, there's the sunlight doing its thing. What an amazing building. It's not open just now, the doors are shut. Apparently you can visit it, but obviously we're not going to. I'm being a tourist and taking photos of it with my new glasses. Bex has actually found the front door, so I think we might go in for a wee look. But yeah, not sure what the protocol is or any etiquette or anything, but yeah, we're tourists, we'll just we'll bluff it out, shall we? And that is the Church of St Constantine and St Michael, which is the Orthodox Church. It's really impressive, but strangely it's amazingly ornate and grand outside. And what do you think? Much less ornate and grand inside, Bex? What do you think?
I wonder if we only saw part of it, because it looks a big building, but we only were in a small part of it.
I suppose the bit through the back's maybe private or stuff. Yeah. Don't you think this place has got some of the nicest buildings that you've ever seen? I mean, even this little street that we're walking down is just an ordinary little street. It's all grand, isn't it?
Yep.
That also explains why those domes were so sort of dominant when we saw them from the other side, because that was quite a lot of hill we walked up, so they're on quite a bit of high ground, very probably deliberately. We have found ourselves on another posh street heading back down the hill towards the town centre. Look at that building there, that's it's all a bit palatial. Sorry, you're getting fed up with looking at architecture. We'll go back to looking at charity shops at some point, inevitably. Although, yeah, we've not quite solved the problem of getting a lot of stuff we've bought already back home with us. So although it is very cold, I think the sunshine and blue sky is letting us see Vilnius at its best, and we are enjoying it. I think this is definitely one of the prettiest cities that I've ever visited. It's just so nice. Even the not very nice bits of it are quite nice. Oh dear, and just a little bit further down that hill, this is the 50-cent boutique that we saw on the internet. It might be another thrift shop, but we can't get any more stuff to take back with us. What to buy on the back.
This was a bit of a strange shop. When we went in, we thought it was all new stuff, like all these hoodies are the same, for example. But having a look round, there was also lots of thrift stuff about too, so I'm guessing it's a little bit of both. And it was a little bit pricey, not quite the €3 a piece that we were used to going into the Humana shop.
That was the 50-cent boutique. We've come to the conclusion it's not called 50-cent boutique because anything in there is 50 cent. It's because you've got to be as rich as 50 cent the rapper to shop there. I've never seen so much super dry stuff in one shop, and I've been to the super dry shop.
That's interesting.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's okay. What is it then? It's two angels and a big horny thing. No idea what that is. That's quite smart. I'm not sure, Bex, but I think the one on the right's possibly had some work done. Another emergency stop, another really nice looking building. So let's go and see what this is. Well, we know what it is. It's a church, obviously, but you know what I mean. Let's go and see if it is worth visiting, or at least go and talk to the statues outside. These statues are quite nice, but they are disconcertingly lifelike. I like my statues to look a bit more like statues, as opposed to somebody who's painting themselves brown. Anything exciting down there to look at?
Door's shut. I don't know if we want to try opening the door.
Judging by all these information boards, none of which are written in English, but I do recognise that as, I think, Polish. and that says Christian Bolognese. So it's yeah, this is a Polish church, we would guess. Oh, there you go. Something blah 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 Polska. Oh no, we're starting to recognise the name Humana wherever we go. We have to be very careful if we go in here, Rebecca. This is dangerous. Let's see what treasure we can find in here. Let's not buy anything at all then. If we tried really hard, how much more stuff could we fit into our luggage? I think we're about at capacity. Look at that. That's guess how much. Guess how much. Go and guess.
€3?
€3. That's a really nice cycling top.
Why not?
There we are. It's another shop. There is so much stuff in here that you like to buy, isn't there? It's yeah, we don't have enough space. Oh, those bags are really nice.
I know, say no big bags for your stuff.
If I get a bigger bag, can I get more stuff home? Oh, I think that's very me actually. We're not doing very well at not buying things in charity shops. Hey Rebecca, no more charity shops.
No more.
Okay, we're temporarily leaving the charity shops behind because in the distance, what an amazing building. I've again no idea which church belongs. Church, you know what I mean? I'm gibbering. Let's go and look at something else. I know what this one is. This is a Dominican Church of the Holy Spirit, and I know it because it is written on that sign. Not entirely sure, but I think this is part of the university. There's lots of Lithuanian flags and the obligatory Ukrainian flags. There's lots and lots of Ukrainian flags about, as I've mentioned before. But we're heading over there towards the cathedral now for a wee look. Back at the cathedral, where at least it'll be warmer than it is out here, hopefully. It's quite a grand building. Showed you a little bit before in one of our reels. Today you're going to see it in hopefully a wee bit more detail. Bex is already on the way. She's a cathedral bagger, ticking another one off her list. That's not true, I just made that up.
Whatever your religion or lack of it may be, these buildings are always amazing, and everywhere we go they're always well worth a visit. This is an absolute beauty with a light, big, airy space. In Scotland our cathedrals are mostly like dark and gothic, but here they're much brighter and lighter and yeah, more cheerful spaces, I guess. This one is amazing. Lots of little side rooms with lots of really cool little artefacts. Some of it's very simple and understated, and other bits are very, very grand. And then at one end, the pièce de résistance, look at that. That is a magnificent organ. This rather imposing dude on his plinth outside is Grand Duke Gediminas, and I probably pronounced that completely wrong. He was the sort of ruler of Lithuania in the late 1200s, early 1300s, and he's still quite a big deal. The country was apparently twice the size it is now when he was in charge, and here he is blessing the city, apparently. We have to go and visit the Pingu Museum, except it is not a museum that is dedicated to Pingu, it's money. Boo, a Pingu museum would be much better. If you don't know what Pingu is, go and look up the little dude. Time for some emergency supplies from the Remy Express. We've spent quite a lot of time in the Remy Express. You can tell from the gin selection that we're not in the UK. It's obviously not a big thing over here. In last week's episode we promised that we'd show you our accommodation. This is the Joseph luxury apartment thing, and it's not quite what we expected because we came along this street looking for it and it was not obvious. You go through these massive doors of this building. The building next door's been demolished and it's getting rebuilt. Not the best at starts, and then you've got to do battle with the door, which involves thumping it with your shoulder quite hard and hoping that it's not already open, or that'll be quite embarrassing because you'll do this.
If you were just a wee frail wifey, how would you open that door?
That's the first challenge, getting through the front door. It takes a bit of a shoulder charge. Well, it's warm and inviting so far, isn't it? And just to make it extra special, the heating is on in the stairs, so you're cold at the bottom and you're sweating by the time you get to the top. And after climbing the stairs, you get to the top and very unexpectedly you come across this. A brand new door and a big, bright and airy modern, well, it's not really a hotel and it's not really a bed and breakfast, it's somewhere between the two, but it is quite nice. I mean, we did quite enjoy staying there and it is very, very central. The rooms were clean, it was nice and warm, and they had a coffee machine that they banged on about, but you had to get to it quite early or all the cups would be gone. We'd rather have had a kettle in the room. That is the one thing that they don't really tell you on the description about this place. The rooms are very nice, it's a very nice place, but if you've got even remotely dodgy knees like me, for example, not a lot of fun. If you want an indication of how much this place has changed since its days as a Soviet socialist republic, then this little corner really, really brings it home, because there's a concrete tower block that is obviously from the socialist days, surrounded by capitalist chrome and steel and beautiful gleaming buildings. We've shown you communist concrete and capitalist chrome and steel, but this is something else. This wee street that we discovered on our first day here, it's all these really cool little wooden houses. Not going to call them shacks, that's a bit disrespectful. They're nice little houses, but they're all wood.
None of them are in what you'd call the best of nick, but they're still quite nice buildings. Not quite sure how old they are or whatever. Anyway, the buildings made out of wood. Stone? Shut up, Ian. There's one that's been fixed up though. That one is quite nice. I'm just following Bex, who is heading in this direction because this is the way we're going. That one there's having quite a lot of work done on it. It's also quite a big property, probably several houses. And over there's a pet shop. That is Fauna. I know it's a pet shop because I found it on Google Maps. And there is lots and lots of wooden buildings. Are you bored with wooden buildings yet? Yeah, will we? There's the King Jonas Restaurante and another one of these buildings. This is the one that if you saw a reel at the start of the week, that's the one that was on the reel. I'm just gibbering now. My brain's not really cooperating with the making of content. It's just saying flibble. When they're fixed up, these wee wooden houses are really nice. That fence is right in the way there as well. This is not going brilliantly. That over there is not made out of wood, obviously. I'm stating the obvious now. I think I'll probably just shut up actually, and we'll pick you up when we get to the museum. This is the cheery and upbeat part of today, because now we're going somewhere that is neither cheery nor upbeat.
And our next destination is back in the middle of town. Along the road we saw this guy. Hello, Mr. Moose.
It's more information for you about Ukraine and what's happening there. Stuff you might not see so much in what I'm going to loosely call the West, what it's actually like. This is a museum of liberation and Lithuanian heroes, which is housed in the former KGB headquarters. So you want to see what life could be like under the Russians. Let's go and find out.
Lithuania has got a fairly complicated and bloody history. It was invaded by the Russians, and then it was invaded by the Germans, and then at the end of the Second World War the Russians got it back, and they did not exactly treat the place very kindly. But that's probably true of most of the Soviet socialist republics. Now, if you know me, you'd know I found all this stuff fascinating, but I don't think it makes for very good television, and this place is one of the most depressing places I've ever been in my entire life. Well, you can imagine, this is a former KGB prison, so people who were brought down here, well, a lot of them were brought down here and never got back out again. So I've got lots and lots of footage and lots of stuff, but what I'm not going to do is put it all here, because this is supposed to be an upbeat and happy YouTube video. You don't want to know what happened in this room, for example. Should you find yourself in Vilnius, and I think if you get the chance you definitely should, it's a beautiful city, then this place is definitely worth a visit. It shows what the world was like not actually that long ago. This is living memory. The prison was in use up until the 1980s, so yeah, this is how the KGB dealt with people that didn't agree with them. And it is interesting to see some of the wee bits and pieces that were left behind by this massive bureaucratic machine. It's also interesting to see the technology that they used to keep tabs on people, like eavesdropping and wiretaps were commonplace. But let's get out of there now and head back into the open air. We're going to go and have a quick look at one of the biggest mementos of the Soviet era.
It looks like Lithuania is trying to curry favour with Donald Trump by growing him a new wig. I'm a little bit obsessed with that building. It's it's quite it's iconic, we'll say that for it. No idea what this building was, but I'm definitely going to find out. It's sort of a legacy, a sort of meeting place or a congress thing that those the old Soviets were so keen on.
But that's enough of that for now. I'm going to go and buy a souvenir. We're not big on souvenirs, but I did see something one night as we walked past a closed shop that made me go, eek! I am definitely going back for him.
And this is the shop that we found. Can you see the highly grown up and mature and sensible souvenir that I'm going to take home? It's neither of those, but it is related to those. Let's see if he's still there. He is there. Look, it's a rat with a quiff.
Now, I know what you're all thinking. In the last couple of videos I've talked quite a lot about the fact that we don't have any luggage capacity, so how on earth am I going to get one of these things home? Well, this little dude here decided he wanted to come home with us, and that was that. What choice did I have? He wanted to come back to Methil, so he was coming back to Methil.
And in response to the question, how are we going to get him home, I've got no idea.